Hello, authors, book lovers, and storytellers. Welcome to another Reader's Magnet featured author interview. We are currently live in all of our streaming platforms YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. My name is Kimmy, and I am your host for today. And together with me right now is one of the Reader's Magnet featured authors, here to talk more about her journey as an author and the inspiration behind her book. We have Brenda Gatliff, author of the book Wait, the Reality is that we are never alone. Hello, Brenda. How are you today?
Hi, I'm great. How about yourself?
Oh, I'm actually
Uh,
doing very fine. I'm excited to
Good,
interview you today. And can you
good.
show your book to us?
Sure.
Hey,
Yes.
wow, that's amazing. I love the cover, by the
Oh,
way.
thank you. I actually took a
Eh,
picture of that. That's a picture I took with
Oh,
my camera. Yeah, outside. So,
amazing. It's
yeah.
outside your house?
Yes. Uh huh. Yep.
Nice, very nice. I love it. Very
Thank
catchy.
you.
I think, Brenda,
Thanks.
the best way to start off this interview is for you to introduce yourself to our audience so they would also know a bit of you.
Sure. My name is Brenda Gatliff, and I am a recent author, so I haven't been writing very long. I have many, many, many stories in my head, and I just have a lot of just a lot of adventures and a lot of things that have happened and a lot of unexplainable things, and I just wanted to share them with anybody that it may help. And also I wanted to leave like a legacy for my two twin grandsons, just
Mhm.
just some of the things that I've come across, and just to never ever give up. If you have a dream, it doesn't matter how old you are, it doesn't matter if you've never done it before, you just have to go for it and give it your best shot. And so I tried that at 67 years old, and here I am on my third book, getting ready to write the fourth. So
Wow.
yeah, yeah. So you can start late in life, you can start young in life, But I've had a lot of just loss and stuff, and so there's I'm thankful for the people that have helped me get through my journey. But sometimes you just need a little something extra, something that you just can't explain. And I've just been blessed with a lot of dreams and visions, and I have seen angels and all kinds of wonderful things that you can't explain, but they have taught me for sure that we never have to go through this life alone. So there's always
Wow.
hope. There's always something around the corner that you don't know is going to inspire you or help you or give you hope and faith. So yeah, so I just wanted to share some of the encounters I've had and some of the just the realizations and experiences that I've ran across in my lifetime. You know.
I love that. I love that. When you said about, you are really blessed,
Mhm, mhm,
considering with the experience that you had, and you're
mhm,
not keeping it by yourself, you're sharing it to the people by
mhm,
writing the books. And I
mhm,
love when you mentioned about, the age. It doesn't really matter how
mhm,
old or how young you are. There's really no such thing as
mhm,
timeline. Like,
mhm,
people probably at some point, like
mhm,
from this age to that age, it doesn't really matter as long as
mhm.
you know that in that exact age you definitely love or do what you love to do. That's the
Right.
most important one. And you're
Yeah.
an inspiration, definitely an
Aw.
inspiration. And
Thank
I love,
you. Thank
honestly,
you.
from the bottom of my heart, I was very, very much what do you call this, ignited, and as well as very much intrigued on the book that you get, that you're actually written, that you
Mhm,
write, I mean, because
mhm,
it actually says there, I'm just gonna quote one line from the Amazon page that I got from your book. It says here, transport readers to ethereal realms where the physical and spiritual blend and challenges our perception of reality and the vastness of the universe, which is really evident on your book. And everyone right now who's watching this interview, I hope you guys also would like to check on Brenda's book, because probably just gives you different kind of a different kind of a way of looking on things in life. So,
right.
Brenda, what is this book all about?
It's really about just when you've just lost so much, and you just need some inspiration, you need some hope, you need to understand it, because especially death or loss, it's like it just doesn't make sense. It's like you've had this. this life forever, and all of a sudden it's just gone. So how do you go forward, and what do you do? Well, what I've learned in all these stories and all these dreams and visions and experiences is that um, honestly, it doesn't end here. You know what I mean? There's so
Yeah.
much
Yeah.
more. And that I really believe everybody you've lost is really not that far away. You know what I mean? That's the message
Mm.
I get all the time from my husband who passed away. We were together almost 42 years. So we were
Oh,
together a
amazing.
lifetime, long, long time. And so I just really was lost, didn't know what to do. You know what I mean? And the one thing I told him before he passed away was, you've got to send me signs, and you've got to let me know you're okay. Because if you're
Mm.
not okay, I'm not going to be okay. You know what I mean? Well, how do you
Yeah.
communicate with somebody who's gone? You know what I mean? Well, boy, when you ask a question, he said, I will. And he's done that. One in particular, I call it, I have dreams and I also have visions. The visions usually have a meaning to help you, to heal you, to help you get through tough times. But in my vision, I was sitting in the living room, and I heard a knock at the door, and he actually came in the front door, and I said, "What are you doing
Oh.
here? What are you doing?" He said, "I wanted to come back and show you something." I said, "Show me something." And he said, "Yeah, follow me." So I followed him out into the middle of the street, just out in the middle of the road, thinking, what in the world is going on? Well, he took both of his hands and he just reached up and he opened this portal in the middle of the sky, in the middle of the nothing. You know what I mean? And he said, "I just want to show you a little bit about where I've been." And I said, "Okay." So he said, "Step through here." So we stepped through this huge hole, this huge portal
Mm.
into
Mm.
the most beautiful desert, and it had colors I'd never seen, and the landscape and the mountains, and it was just beautiful. I couldn't even explain, what it was all about. And he said, "Well, I just wanted to show you a little bit about where I've been." And I'm like, "Okay." And I said, "Well, show me more." And he said, "You can't handle anymore. This is all you can handle right now." He said, "I just want you to know that I'm never far away, and I'm always closer than you think." So that with that, he said, "Come back through." So we went back through the portal, back into the street. He closed the portal, and then he was gone. You know.
Oh.
So I know it's not over. You know what I mean? I mean, what I'm familiar with and what I know may be over, but there's a whole another realm
Yeah.
out there. So yeah. So it really helped me. It helped me to understand there's more to life than what we see. You know.
True. True.
Yeah.
I'm with you. I'm with you with that. And I wish I
Mhm.
could experience half of what you experience
Oh.
with the vision and all with that. And I totally agree with what you've mentioned that,
Mhm.
here our life on earth is
Mhm.
not just the life. There should all
Mhm.
definitely a different one once
Mhm.
we end here. Cause same
Yes.
with you, I also miss someone from one of our family members who
Oh,
passed away, and
sorry.
it's kind of like continuing life
Oh.
without them is pretty much putting a hole. I really feel you when you mentioned about
Mhm.
it's continuing or moving forward without them is
Mhm.
really not easy,
It's
and
not.
you just have to just to check on them,
Mhm.
how are they and things
Mhm.
like that, and
Yeah.
what you're doing is I
Oh.
really see that you're very special. And
Aw,
I
thank
I wish
you.
I can talk to you the entire day, right? So
Oh,
probably can
I
check
would
on
love
things,
it.
but
Yes.
yeah, hopefully I'll get your what do you call this, your email later. And
Yeah.
then the thing that you're doing right now with people, sharing your book and all, it really would inspire them and give them a different kind of
Mhm.
perspective about life and
Mhm.
whatever is unexplainable things,
Mhm.
something like that, right? So
Absolutely.
what was your inspiration behind the book, Brenda?
I think just to share. When well, for instance, one day I sat down to write down just topics of things that have happened. You know what I mean? And there were so many, and I'm like, who's ever going to know this? So I think my inspiration
Yeah.
was to share it with my family, grandkids, children. And so to share kind of, and this has always been, I think, in the ancestries, you know what I mean? It's always been there, I think. But I mean, if you don't talk about it, you don't write it down, and you don't share it, then your family doesn't know, you know. So
True.
part of the inspiration was just to carry on this legacy of our family,
Nice.
and some things that have happened. But I think the other part was, I've known so many people, and I still know them, of course, that are suffering, that are missing their loved ones.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe it's not even a loss or a death, but maybe it's just life.
Yeah.
Life gets you really
Yes.
down. And so if you can if I could inspire somebody else, then that inspires me.
Mm-hmm.
If I can help somebody. So that's really what it's all about. You know.
Right. I think it's more of like we are now in level one, and then
Mhm.
when we die, we go to level two, something like that. So pretty
Yeah,
much in a different realm, right?
I
So I think
I
it's
do. You're right.
it's the concept. It's more like the concept.
Mhm. I do.
So I
Yeah.
would also like to ask Brenda pertaining to what do you call this? This is the first time that you've joined the Festival of Storytellers, right?
Yes,
All
this
right.
is my first experience, and I'm so looking forward to it. There's just so many, and to look out there on the festival and see your book, wow, that's pretty exciting.
How is
It's a
it
pretty
working with Reader's Magnet?
It's awesome. I've had the pleasure of working with some really great people. They're very patient. If I've been technically challenged, they help me. They go that extra mile, and they don't just oh, sign you up and here you go. You're on your own.
Yeah.
They will follow up. They encourage you. We've had the best conversations. They're just real people. You know,
Awesome.
and if everything succeeds the way it has so far, then I really have them to thank for that as well, because they've been,
Awesome.
yeah.
Thank you, Brenda, for that very sweet and thoughtful way of describing your experience with us with Readers Magnet. And we always make sure that we provide you all the things that you authors are expecting as well, and we will always take care of you guys. And to conclude our interview, Brenda, any advice that you would like to give to our young writers who
Mm.
aspire to have their own book?
I think just start with what you know. I mean, think about what makes you smile, what makes you happy. Whether it's a fiction story, whether it's a true story or an experience that's happened. What is really close to your heart, and just start with what you know, and just write it down. You can start anywhere, whatever you're passionate about. you know
I
and
love
and
it.
and just write down, it doesn't even have to be a whole book at first. It can just be
Mm-hmm.
topics like, okay, this and this and this, and before you know it, you've got many things. You could make several books, you could make many chapters, you know what I mean. But yeah, I would just say, if somebody's starting out, just it doesn't have to, what I've learned, it doesn't have to be a novel, doesn't have to be a huge book. It can be a small book, but just write from your heart.
I love that. Right
Mhm.
from your heart. Right.
From your
It's
heart.
really true.
Mhm.
Thank you so much, Brenda, for your time. We really appreciate it. And to everyone who's watching right now, you may grab a copy of Brenda's book that's in Amazon and Barnes& and Noble. Again, yes, okay, there. That's the book. Awesome. I love it. Again, thank you, Brenda.
Thank
So that's our author for today. The book entitled "Wait: The Reality is that we are never alone." Thanks, Brenda. Thanks,
thank
everyone, and
Thank you,
you're
Kim. Thanks,
welcome.
everybody.
All right, and as we say,